Just want to make a video on what we do with our young heifer calves, on how to calm them and hopefully get them ready to be either milk cows or nurse cows. This is Joy, Wild Rose Joy 1J. She was our first heifer this year. She's half brown Swiss, half original Braunvieh. And she's been pretty easy calf to work with, pretty calm and mellow. She hasn't been overly happy about the halter being put on her. Once it's on her, she's pretty good with it, but that's what we were working on earlier. But I'll just show you how we kind of sit down and keep her calm. She's already been worked a bunch, so it's not the best representation of what to expect on the first time, but this is how she handles it, I suppose. We always give them a little bit of feed, alfalfa, and some grain. Make them really like the spot you're going to be working them in. She may have already sifted through all the grain, so I've already done this a couple of times with her. So now she might be a little more willing to walk around. Sit down, get her used to everything. Rub up on her. Rub under her belly. Rub back between her legs. Feel her little feet. Make sure she's good with that, because that's where you'll be working. Make sure she's okay with the bucket, obviously. Let him have a sniff of it. She's already had one, but always curious. I haven't been talking, so maybe that's why she's a little bit more anxious or whatever. Just kind of keeping her head up and looking like she's wanting to move a little bit. Pretty much just do what you're gonna do in real life. Get her calm about it. So for some of you who don't know, the brown Swiss come from the Braunvieh breed. The Braunvieh is the original dual-purpose breed. A bit more beef to them, which is what we breed usually, but we wanted a nurse cow to replace our old Jersey back here. So we thought we'd throw some brown Swiss into it just to get a little bit more milk, and so she'll still have some beefy calves. She's kind of beefy herself. She's been growing good, but she'll also give more milk. Her sire was, I don't remember his name right off the back of my mind, but he was, I think, prominent sire in the 90s, which is, we kind of like more of the structural integrity. Some of these newer cows, even into the 90s, they're pushed so hard for milk that I don't know, you have a lot of other problems that come with them. So if we can keep to the older stuff, we still get the amount of milk we want with a few less of the problems that have been bred into them. So yeah, this is Joy. She's been doing good. Maybe I'll see if I can walk her around a little bit. Still a little stubborn on the leading, but not bad. We worked with her when she was a young calf. You just pull until they give. Once they take a step, you let that rope go loose. It shows them that you want them to. That's what they're doing. Yeah, there she goes. Shows them that they're going to let their get themselves out of the pressure. And then after a little while, she'll bigger areas. This one, she's just kind of turning in circles, but that's what I do. To start with, they won't, they'll usually pull against you pretty hard, so that's why we just tie them to a post off the get-go. Just 'cause I'd rather have them sit and pull on a post for an hour than sit and pull on me for an hour. And then once they're used to that, they'll take a leading a lot better. So she's been tied up here now for probably an hour. But she's pretty good. She was good right when I tied her up with that. She's already learned that phase. So really the hardest part with her now is probably just getting it where you can put a halter on her, walk up to her and put a halter on her kind of in the open corral or open pen. She kind of wants to move away from you. So I guess what I've been doing to fix that is, as you can see, she's already haltered and tied up. So I had to get it on her to start with, which was a little bit of a dance, I guess you could say. But what I do now is I take another halter that she's not tied up with, because obviously now she can't get away from me. So I just work her all over with this other rope halter, rub it all over her head and her face and her back, and just get her used to it, so she doesn't want to walk away from me. She'll still try it, but rub it over her head now that she's kind of distracted, not eating. You see how she's flapping her ears? She's not throwing her head a bit. She really doesn't like it too much, putting it on. But once it's on, really just working with her head. Make sure you don't get your head in a spot where you'll get bonked if she throws her head. But that's a lot better even than before. And then you just do that a bunch of times and just kind of be up in her space, up in her head area, undoing the ropes, pulling it over her ears, letting her feel all that, dropping it over her nose without her fighting. If she starts to fight, just stop and hold it. Don't let her get a reward. Don't let it fall off her, and let her think that the fight released it. Yeah, she's a little bit jumpy now. She just doesn't like this too much. But that's all it takes, is just over and over again. Over her nose, over her ears. Tighten it up. Let her feel that. And then do it on both sides. You don't want, I work with horses some, and you don't want to go to one side and have them be a professional and have the other side really freak them out if somebody goes to that side to do anything. So I always do things on both sides. Let her just relax. Try to relax. Over this side. Reach over. Now she's kind of pulling against me. She doesn't want that. Go off her ears. Go off her ears. Pull it off her nose. Just like that. Let it drop. Swing it around their neck. Rub it on them. Really get them used to it where it's not an issue for them. That's what I do. To get them used to the halter, what I do from here on is I'd probably untie her and let her feel like she's kind of free. Not pull a lot on her with that halter that is on her. Then I'd walk up to her and put that other halter on her over top of the one, and that would help. If she does go to move away, you can kind of keep her with you with the one that's on her, and so she thinks that even, hopefully that translates to the point where even when she doesn't have a halter on her, it's such a habit that you can just walk up and put one on that she gets okay with it. So maybe I'll demonstrate that too, what I do. And then hopefully after she gets fine with that, where she doesn't fight you at all, you can just, like I said, walk up and do it without a halter, as would normally be the case when she's out in the field. So kind of pull her away from where she was, because she's used to getting the halter on over there. you don't want her to think that that's the only place you can walk up to her and put a halter on her. So, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, you see how she's already pulling away some? She sees this rope dangling in front of her face, she doesn't like that. So, she's gotten used to having the rope on her over there, but not over here. It's just funny how they are there. They'll get really used to it in one spot, and that's where they'll let you work them. But I want to be able to catch her wherever I am. If that means out in the field, no fences or anything to kind of corner her in, that's what that means. Yeah, so she's kind of standing okay. Make sure your halter is big enough to fit her. You don't want to, once you get it on her, you don't want to fight her with it. Get it over her nose, over her ear, over her ear. Yeah, so even just 2 hours ago, I was fighting her to put that halter on and then tighten it up where you would. Then let it be. And then just let her relax. See that wasn't so bad. So I kept control with this halter while putting the other one on her, because it's the act of putting the halter on that she doesn't like. So, and then again, like I said before, repetition is good. So I want to be able to reach around her face like this. She doesn't like that. Reach around, undo it pretty easily. Just work slow, don't let her pull it off. Yeah, see, she kind of pulled her head right there. I don't want that. And just drop it off. She did pretty good with that. And I won't try it now. I want to get her in a habit of doing this, but what I'd do next, like I said, I'd pull that this black halter off her, this black rope off her, and let her go for a minute. And then I'd walk up to her and try to halter her. But I know that she'll pull away, so she's not ready for that yet. So we'll see what we can do. But really, just all of this is good for her. So you might have to start, if you have a young calf that you can't figure out, you might have to start them in a chute or have somebody help you. The younger they are, the better, because you can kind of pitch them in a corner by yourself a little bit and work them like that. But if they get this big, you can't really one person get them and pinch them in a corner and put it on them. They won't like that very much. So, and they're a lot bigger than you and stronger, so it would be tough. But yeah, just like this, how she's standing here, she's facing me. She doesn't usually like me up in front of her face. She'd rather me. She's a lot better when I'm just standing beside her and petting her. So even this is good for her. Just let her realize that it's all fine and everything's good. But that's a few of the things we do. Obviously, you need to be able to control them and go catch them. And we have them trained to come in. We'll just open the gate and call them, and the Jersey has taught her that it means food in here, grain and alfalfa and such. So they're pretty good at coming in, but sometimes they don't want to. I want to be able to walk out wherever they are, catch them with a halter if I need to. If they get out or something, we want some control and bring them in here, tie them up, have the halter on them, just move around them, pet them, rub them, make them feel like they're just part of the show. We want them to enjoy it. So if things start getting really stressful, if they're really pulling on the rope, just set back and give them their time. Don't push too much at once. I can kind of get in it can be a pain to do. So I do that sometimes, but just go slow. I usually do pretty good. So she's been a good calf for us so far, and she's got the makings of a good milk cow. When you can rub up there first time up and feel in between their legs without them kicking at you or anything. She's never tried to kick us once or anything right from the get-go, so we're pretty excited. excited about her. We're glad we kept her. And we'll see how she does when she has a calf. Who knows? We'll see. Hormones and behaviors change a lot then, so that's why it's good to do it all when they're young and get them used to you and fixed with all that. So, anyways, that's probably enough talking. And, yeah. Stay posted, and we'll see what other videos we can come up with.